Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Land Down Under in Oran Park. Got a little bit of road course action tonight with the vets. I'm Andy Shader, along with my sidekick, Tommy Upside Down Ebert. What's going on, Tommy?
How you doing, Andy? I thought it was Andy Grandpa Marshmallow Shaner now, from what I've heard over on Facebook there.
I don't know about all that. You guys like to play your little games. I mean, you got upside down because you're, upside down all the time.
That's usually your fault.
Welcome to Australia, buddy. This is perfect for you. We are the Land Down Under, so basically upside down all the time.
Yeah, we're doing a little backwards tonight. It's actually all right-hand turns.
Yeah. So we got us a good race tonight. We had a great race last week. A little bit of controversy afterwards. Had a little bit of issues with one of the drivers. He's been suspended for the evening, and we move on. But that puts into contention tonight's point standings.
Yeah, the points are going to be looking a little different for this race with Justin Jarrett being parked. I believe if Corey Harris just shows up to every event and performs well, he may be able to walk away from Justin. Justin's going to have to perform really well the next race to stay in it.
Yeah, and you take a look at that. Corey being up front, and Justin's only behind him by 2 points, but being parked tonight. And then you got Kevin there. Kevin's in third, only 12 points back of Corey. And right now, in practice, Kevin's got the fast time in practice.
Yeah, everybody was looking really quick out there. I noticed Guillermo and Harrigus have joined the Team Com channel over in the TDR Discord, so it looks like they're working together. I saw them running pretty close in practice.
Yeah, they were working together, I think, doing a little bit of practice, so that'd be great for them. This is a little bit of a different configuration for these guys. A little bit of a figure eight, about a 7 or 8 turn figure eight with a bridge. A little bit of elevation change. It's going to test these guys tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they handle the different layout of the track. But I mean, these guys are military veterans, so they live by adapt and overcome, right?
That's right, and it seems like they have because they got some fast times up on that practice there. So,
let's get a couple of high 32s.
Yeah, high 32s, and that's awesome. Even our 4 in a row, Adam Ricky, he can't seem to get to that time. So they got some fast times there. I'm sure Adam would figure it out. They'll give him a couple laps. Let's get a little bit of stuff out of the way so we can go racing here, Tommy. Let's talk about some of our sponsors for tonight. We've got Pujanowski on the race tonight.
Yeah, this one is a mouthful, so let me just go ahead and get this part out of the way. You can follow him at facebook.com/PUDG. Hold on.
Good spelling.
Oh, I lost it. I had it pulled up and it just walked away from me. Hold on.
Just walked away. It always just walks away from you. Just like your car.
I know it. Hold on. Okay, it's PUDGANOSKI. Pujanowski. Have fun typing that in later, but you can go check out his stream there. Guy does a really good job. His personality is larger than life, and I heard he's actually going to be running some ads for the BACC charity March Madness event coming.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great guy. Ton of fun to watch his streams, so definitely check that out. Then on board tonight, we also have B&B Wraps.
Yeah, B&B Wraps is providing the poster or trophy boards for our season winners for the Veterans League, which is basically it's a vinyl wrap on a piece of wood you can hang on your wall. They look really good. Unfortunately, the gentleman who was parked tonight is holding the first one he's given to us, so we can't really pull him in and talk about it. But really good work. Anything from coffee cups to semi-trucks, this guy can wrap it all.
Then we got something new here, Tommy. Talk about back charities.
Yes, this is very exciting stuff, and I'm known to be an over-communicator, so I won't talk about it too much. But basically, Andy, myself, and a guy named Kurt Gudenkopf, who runs the Vets League, we've had a lot of success doing charitable things with Tyler Daniels Racing. So we want to expand that beyond our little niche group of guys, right? So we're trying to reach out to other people, other gaming communities, and see if we can't replicate some of that charitable giving in other places and reach a little further than we had in the past.
Awesome stuff. How about this one? It's Thursday.
Yeah, Justin is going to be joining us later. Justin, the person, is actually the host of It's Thursday. You can find him, and this one's going to be a lot easier than Pudjanowski. Facebook.com/Justin the person. I'm not sure what he's going to talk about later, but I'm going to assume it's about how he is often a person and usually called Justin.
A lot of fun with that one, too. You guys got to check that one out. How about this guy? McConey Setup Shops.
Yeah, Jeff and his team, just like the guys over at TDR, they've got big giving hearts. They're actually donating the setups for the March Madness event that TDR and BACC Charities is putting on. Can't thank the guy enough for what he does for the community at large and our little community at TDR here as well. So big ups to Jeff and his team.
Great stuff. Great stuff. As always, love having all those people on board with us. But I think it's time. Let's send this thing over to our awesome announce team. Sean Risley, Adam Rickey, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Adam, good day.
Hello. How is everyone?
That's my only attempt at any kind of Australian humor.
Good to see you guys.
So yeah, we were watching practice. Definitely an interesting track. Adam's taking some laps around here, so maybe you can kind of give us a little bit of a rundown on how the guys are going to get around this funny little figure eight road course here.
Yeah, certainly, and it's not really a figure eight in the sense of like Irwindale or anything like that. It's really more of a road course. It has multiple distinctive corners, so you're not really doing one sweeping corner. You're having to turn 2 or 3 different times to be able to complete both sides of the figure eight. And the hardest part with these cars is they have a lot of left side weight. That hard right hand 90-degree turn right before starting the next lap. We're going to see some people going off the track into the sand pit there, almost guaranteed.
Yeah, it also looks like it's a right-hander pit entrance as well, so that's obviously going to be a little different for these guys. And seen some guys heading off into the beach area, so hopefully they brought their sunscreen because I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be at the beach before this thing is over. But practice looks pretty clean, so I expect kind of a clean race tonight. Brakes did look like they were, I don't know if you had noticed, Adam, but they're glowing a little bit. Guys are pretty hard on the brakes trying to maneuver these corners here. So that'll be interesting to watch as well.
Yeah, and as you can see here, we're under the pace lap, and you can get a little bit of a sense of where the track is and where the turns are, and there are sand pits absolutely everywhere on this. So we're going to get some people out in them, maybe even here on the first lap.
Oh, I have no doubt we are going to be going.
Just got it right there.
Yep, yeah.
Right off the track.
On the pace lap. Yep. We went green. So we're off here, our first of 80 laps of what we expect to be some exciting racing here. Kevin on the pole, he's taking the lead, I believe. Yep, he's still in the lead there, with James right behind him in the 9 and Corey in that 89 there. Those guys were at the top of the speed chart all through practice, so I expect to see the 3 of them kind of there, and then we'll see how that jockeys out behind them as they have kind of spread this lead out pretty big here.
Yeah, they're already getting out there. I mean, they had about a second and a half over the 4th and 5th place cars on the speed charts. And the big thing here is it's a lot of laps. This is 80 laps here. Again, some really distinctive corners to really sweep around and get around this track. And it's going to be maintaining consistency, not making that mistake. Overshooting a corner, ending up in a sand pit is really going to hurt your time and really hurt your race.
And my understanding is we are not going any full course yellows. We might have a competition caution at lap 40, halfway through, kind of bunch people up. But they're kind of out there, and right now I think they're doing a great job. I don't see any issues. Definitely looking at James here as Kevin kind of locks him up a little bit going in the corner, which we saw a lot of in practice, guys locking up the tires going into these corners.
Yeah, it's really hard to get these big, heavy cars slowed down. And this track is pretty narrow overall, and it's flat. Like, there's no banking to be able to lean into to help your car turn into those corners or come off of it.
I'm wondering, Adam, since you ran some laps earlier, do you know if tires race at all?
Oh, I didn't race that long of it. I just got on it a couple of different times just to get a better sense of what they're going through right now. And I know we were talking about like 80 laps. My first time around, a few times around the track, I was like 80 laps of this. Oh, geez, it's gonna be a long night.
Yeah, I wonder about tires as well, and not so much the tire wear, but as we watch Kevin head into the corner again, all three of them smoking the tires as they're going in. That is not a recipe for good tire wear from where I come from.
A lot of smoke.
Yeah, absolutely. So these guys have kind of stretched it out here a little bit. James staying right behind Kevin there, and at this point, it's early in the race. Kevin's already coming up on some lap traffic, kind of pulled down there. That's some clean passes right there. But if it's me, I don't know about you, Adam, but I'd like to settle into a little groove and maybe let the other guy make a mistake, or see if I can capitalize on something, or maybe try to save my tires. If I see the guy smoking his tires going to the corner every single time, I might start backing that up a little bit.
Absolutely. And tire wear isn't usually something you talk a whole lot about with these types of cars. They hold up, really, really well. But obviously, we got a crash there. I don't even know what turn that is. A little bit of contact, but I believe they got it back straight and going good. Someone's out in the grass.
Third place guy, Corey, he got collected by the 7, Gary Spartley there, and he is in the pit. He was way off the grass. I don't know if you ended up visiting the beach at all, but when you get in there, I assume you can't really get out, or can you?
No, you can get out of the beach. I definitely made my way in it. It's actually right here on this corner. The first time I turned in, right straight out into it. Had no idea it was that sharp of a left-hand turn. And once you get out there, you can get back out. It just takes a little while to be able to do so. You can't really get going in it.
Yeah, I know one thing for these guys is they definitely don't want to hit that tow button. As we see the 09 go around in the corner there. Getting that tow button just adds a lot of time to your pit stop there. So that's something I try to avoid when I'm iRacing.
It is something you have to avoid, especially because this is a fairly big track, with its overall layout. So if you're on the opposite side of where the pits are, your time for tow is going to be significantly longer than if you crash right in front of the pit engine.
Yeah. Every time I have damage, I need that tow button. I always try to at least limp my way somewhat closer to pit road to kind of reduce that time. So
absolutely.
It looks like we got a couple of cars on pit road right now.
Yeah, Kevin and James right now, they are obviously the class of the field, as our third place guy has actually gone into the pit. So that's going to change up our order a little bit. And so the number 10 is there, mowing the lawn a little bit. So it's be interesting. But the two up front here, they've done a good job navigating some lap traffic. Kevin catching his lap around a corner, not the best spot here, as he passes him down right down the straight there.
Yeah, I think it was smart for Corey to pit. He was in that mess there with the lap car and had some damage. And if the car isn't quite handling the way you need it to get to, that's something he has to be thinking about in advance. As we got James going off out into the dirt, did a good job. Didn't get too far out in it. More cars spinning behind him.
Yeah, he dirt tracked that corner for sure. He did a great job with it.
Yeah, he didn't get all the way out there. He just kind of slid, and he had a good angle, and he kept his foot in the gas. Good on him.
Yeah, I would say that's a heck of a recovery right there. As we look at the 89 car, like we said, we're looking, I believe, at a competition caution at lap 40 halfway through here. So things have been relatively uneventful. Lonnie Mixon, he's fourth in points. I think he's 2 behind the guy in third there. And he's moved up into third place. I know he's significantly behind our leader, but third place points, that'd be good for him and a good point showing for tonight.
Yeah, Corey up there in points. I'm showing a lap down as well.
Yeah, I have a feeling this track's going to shake some things up point-wise for people. So Kevin's just, he's still consistent out there. He's in the, about a second from where his qualifying time was. But obviously, I think he's doing a good job with the lap traffic there, as he was patient going into this corner behind the 13, and 13 did a nice job of moving up out of the way. So
Yeah, and I was going to say real quick, go back to Corey again. He had damage. That's why he came to pit. I still believe even with this race, everybody's got 2 quick repairs. And if your car is not handling, it's not just like you have to be able to turn left. You got to be able to turn right too. And it looked like with that lap car, he got hit on the right front, which is going to affect maybe the car substantially more on a road course than it would, say, if you're just turning left.
Well, as they say in NASCAR at times, Kevin is stinking up the show here. He is more than likely has a good shot. He's lapped the entire field with the exception of James, who's behind him by about a second and a half now. But we will have that caution, so we'll tighten some things up and see how that goes. But Kevin definitely has this track down for tonight. That's for sure.
It's pretty apparent he spent some time practicing before practice today to get a feel for this track. And, he's doing a great job out there. But we still have 65 laps to go. And if he's out front, you can't get complacent. This is a track where you slide off and you get behind, which is why we're seeing so many cars already down a lap already, is because they've already run into some issues staying on the racetrack.
Yeah, as you know, and I know in racing, anything can happen at any given time. So, there's there's no guarantees as we see Lonnie doing his. Woo! Did some lawn mowing, went to the beach, took out some cones. I mean, he's having a full day right there.
And I'm sure he's loving every minute of it too.
Yeah.
Eyes busy, hands full.
Yeah, might have went into that corner just a little hot.
So about that corner right there, there's like a little left-hand bend before you get further into it. And you can kind of upset the car just a little bit if you carry too much speed down into that corner. I mean, the camera angles haven't really been able to show, but right after you go up over this hill right here, there's a little bit of a left-hand bend right there, and it's just enough that there we go. There's another one. You just get off that track just enough, and you're going to have to wheel it and hopefully not end up at the beach.
Yeah, guys seem to be navigating it pretty well. Wouldn't be putting grass there because that's going to be gone shortly. But yeah, so we watched these 2 race here. This is probably the closest race we have on the track right now. And the 13, who's in the 13, Adam?
That's Jason Jacobs.
Yeah, Jason Jacobs. So, and this is a position. This is a race for position because Jason took over third from Lonnie. Lonnie's in 4th. So this is probably our closest race for position right now. And that's over. It's fun while it lasted, right?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I was all excited. We were going to watch 2 guys race for a little bit there, and that we'll have to have a talk with old Jason Jacobs here. He screwed that up for us.
Well, I think we're doing all right because I think these 3 are going to be battling for position even though they're all 1 lap down. I think this is 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Excellent. As we see the 89 take a nice inside line there on the turn around the 10. That was a great pass on that corner. I don't imagine Adam, you were talking about how this track is so narrow. These corners, obviously, they're probably pretty narrow. And these guys are doing a good job as the 89 comes right back at them in the corner here to kind of take that position.
Yeah, you have to be very cautious around other cars. I did it on a test. I didn't get to be with other cars, but I can definitely see where if somebody kind of pinches down, you're going to get into contact. Somebody changes the braking points. Everything that you would get with typical road course racing that you have to be super mindful of.
Yeah, and Kevin, continues on here in his quest to run away completely with this. James Krause, I don't know what happened to him, but his time is dropping. So my guess is he went off the track a little bit there. He dropped a couple of seconds. He's made him back up. So we'll see how that's going for him, if we can catch him anywhere on the track. I think he's behind the 7 there.
Yeah, I think when we do the competition caution, we need to invert the field, add some excitement to this.
That would be great.
Race control disagrees.
Yeah. Those guys don't like working at all.
Hey, we got some time. We got a guest in the booth tonight. Tommy, who's our guest?
Our guest is Justin the Person. And with that super, super, super descriptive title, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to him.
Hey, hello.
Perfect.
I am indeed a person. Hey, how's it going?
So earlier in the broadcast, we mentioned It's Thursday, which is a show put on by Justin the person, or Justin Taylor in real life. So what do you talk about on your show? Do you focus on one thing, or is it just kind of like, whatever goes?
Started out as music because I wasn't playing out, and so I could play in my friend's basement. I made a joke like, like if they're not coming out, then I could do whatever I want in a basement. And we had cameras because we were doing like a wedding business at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just utilizing what we had, and it kind of just flourished. But what I end up talking about now, if I either produce something or I do something live, like that Andy's been part of on Thursday since COVID, it's usually ads on TV that like either bother me or make me laugh. So I guess that's kind of the impetus for that. If you had to pick one thing.
All my life, I just needed someone else to talk about the stupid commercials.
Well, there you go. You just needed a person like me.
Yeah, it is a really good show. It's super entertaining when I've tuned in. I don't know. I don't even know if I could put you in a category. You're a little all over the place, but like your intelligence shows, it's really entertaining, and you're actually a pretty good guitar player.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, singer-songwriter kind of. I never was like a noodler, like not Eddie Van Halen style, but yeah, I could play the notes to play the songs I want to play. So just put it that way.
One day, you and I will have to get together and play some music, maybe via Discord.
Well, we have. We'll bring Karate Frog back.
Absolutely.
So what is Karate Frog, Justin?
It's a song we wrote when we were in a youth group together, and we went to a retreat, and we decided we were going to wow everybody by being a band and playing a song called Karate Frog.
How'd it go?
And man, I haven't really thought about it. He guards it rough. I don't know. It's about how Karate Frog looks after a certain pond. That's all I remember. And then when we got to the retreat, we changed it to Christian Frog. I don't know why, kind of to pander a little bit. But, the rest is probably better left forgotten.
Well, how'd the performance go?
The performance was awesome in our heads. About 10 seconds into it was like one of those things where like you could practice it in Andy's basement as much as possible, but when you get on stage and you can't hear everybody like you're used to, you don't know what anybody's doing, and suddenly everything goes out the window. And that's about how that. No video of that, although I have shared some fun videos of Andy when he was like 16. I didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
I guess
Oh yes.
Yeah, Andy.
16-year-old Andy freestyle rapping. I remember the words. It's I was Andy, I am handy, something candy, isn't that dandy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Top-notch stuff. Those are really like cutting-edge lyrics.
Well, you nailed everything. You nailed everything in the rhyme scheme. There was nothing left. You got them all. You got Andy, Handy, Candy, and Dandy.
Well, if I was older, it probably would have been Brandy, but
Well, yeah. Now it's Brandy. Now, yeah. We can replace Candy because I mean, what adult really eats candy, right? I mean, that they talk about. So we'll just call it Handy, Dandy, Andy, Brandy. Although, do you drink brandy?
No.
I mean, I can honestly say I never had brandy.
Do you know anybody named Mandy?
Yeah, there's a few, and there may be a few that I don't even remember. So,
or Randy.
There's that too. Justin and I talked about that on his show Thursday about how these random people have messaged me since our retreat days and asked me if I remember them, and I don't.
Right. Yeah, and pen pals and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I have a suggestion. Since we're road racing tonight, let's let Sean and Adam call the race. We'll leave Justin's mic on, and if it gets a little slow, chime in, man.
Yeah, man. I certainly won't try to call it because I'm out of my realm here, but I appreciate what I'm saying. This is fun.
Honestly, I think you calling like a couple laps might be funny.
Well, I brought up earlier. I didn't know
YouTube. Do you guys want Justin to call like 4 or 5 laps of the race?
He absolutely have at it, buddy.
I'll let you know the results in a minute.
Yeah, anybody watching on YouTube, go ahead and comment on that one.
Well, I feel comfortable. Somebody brought up stinking up the joint. I don't want to stink up the joint in terms of calling stuff. I'll leave it up to the experts.
Don't worry, we stink it up enough.
I was going to say, we're really not experts either.
Yeah.
And tires with the Y. That's all I got. Tires with the Y question mark.
Well, Robert Trask tells me my that was terrible. I'm not sure what if he was referring to my rap or one of the raps.
Or just me.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, let's give it back to Sean and Adam, and not much has changed here. Kevin's still way out front.
Yeah, James is he's doing all right, but Kevin's just trucking along here. We're 31 laps in. Definitely some exciting racing, that's for sure. As we watch Lonnie lock him up going into the corner here, and the 89 behind him, kind of these corners seem to be more treacherous. So we're almost halfway through. So I would figure some guys would kind of settle in here, and that has definitely not happened while you guys were chatting. We watched the 7 go headlong into a wall. I'm not even sure how he did it, but it was impressive. But yeah, it's definitely it's a fun race to watch. That's for sure. As we watch the 13 go around here, that's definitely entertaining to me. They might not be so excited about it, but right now I'm definitely highly entertained.
Yeah, this is a great track for an enduro. We'll just keep that check marked out for another point. I don't know where Kurt's going. I don't know what that was about.
He just caught a little bit of the grass on the inside, and I think he overcorrected it, and then he went right across the track.
Yeah, and so as of right now, we got 2 cars on the lead lap. We got Kevin and James. James is doing a really great job with everything that he's got going on, and keeping the car on the track, getting through all the shifting, everything that this track takes to get around. And you can even see for all those that have practiced for 30 minutes beforehand, we're halfway through this race, they still have not figured out completely how to stay on the track.
Yeah, the practice is definitely would have been key for, I know life happens and people don't have time. I wanted to turn some laps on this track this week and just never was able to get around to it. But definitely getting some practice time probably would have been beneficial for, I'm going to say, about 98% of the field.
Yeah, and for the other 2%, they obviously practiced.
Yeah, it's pretty clear, though. Our top 3, Corey, when he did qualify well, and he's still only 1 lap down, so we take that competition caution. I don't know if he's going to take the wave around or not, or how that's going to work out in this deal. So this could be a 3-person race as we approach lap 40 here, which could make it a little more interesting as well. So we'll see what Kevin does when he has a little bit of pressure and not a monumental 8-second lead as it drops down. So I don't know what happened to James there, and then he was able to make up a couple seconds.
Yeah, it's really on the telemetry, just the way the game works in and around this. You'll see that it'll just expand really big as well, right back up to that 8 seconds or close to. And the big thing is, you get that competition caution. It's James and Kevin on the lead lap. James has watched Kevin walk away over the 36 laps that we've had. What's he willing to do in order to, get by Kevin in that very early going after that caution?
Yeah, I watched Kurt there in the 81. I think he has decided that he's not going off the track anymore. But he was really slow going into the corner as we watched the 10 do some landscaping. So I don't know if you're a golfer or not, but I'm usually familiar with the sand, not with my car, but generally my golf ball. As we watch the 7 take a very interesting line into this corner.
Yeah, for those that have iRacing, you gotta get out there and you gotta try this track. I never even knew it existed. It's something different. It really is.
It's really funny watching these guys that have. These are all rookies, right? So they've been cutting their teeth on paved oval, and to watch them navigate all these right-hand turns, I'm laughing.
Oh, I am as well over here, and I just think for the next season we need to just put them on the Roval and just handle it there.
No, we won't do that to them. That's cruel.
Well, next season, Roval.
Yeah, they won't be as much rookies. You gotta cut your teeth on the Roval.
Yeah, so we see a couple guys heading to the pit, so that could get a little interesting as we complete lap 38 here.
Well, knocking on that competition caution, I hope that made it into the drivers' meeting.
I was not privy to that information, so I have to defer to Andy on that. So I don't know if they had talked about that.
I don't know if they did or not. We had mentioned it to race control about doing it, but we're coming up on that lap 40, so we'll see if he throws that caution or not.
Yeah, the announcement was a little late, so we'll see if it happens here.
The 7 has definitely worked out a different line a couple of times around there now. If it works for him, great. I mean, you got to admire a guy no matter how crazy his goals are, as long as he goes out there and accomplishes them.
Yeah, and speaking of the competition caution, one thing is you're on a road course, right? And, could James duck in real quick and get his tires before Kevin would come in and pit? The track is just long enough to do that.
Yeah, 33 seconds. I mean, you should have enough time. I can't remember how fast the pit stops are in these particular cars.
Well, and what the key thing is, when we go by the pits, it's really short. Like, you literally, it's only a few hundred feet long. So it's not like there's a lot of slow time driving down for a long period.
There it is, boys. Caution is out.
Yeah, I just sent a message to race control. Actually, I'm piped in to right where race control is at.
All right, so that'll tighten them up. So apparently, maybe these two guys didn't get the message.
So we've already had a couple guys stop for tires, though. Let's see if they go back in and make that change again.
Yeah, I can't imagine anybody not coming in for tires that haven't, as much as I've seen people slip sliding around here. I mean, these tires got to be absolutely junk by now, but we'll see.
You guys, you want to bring Kurt in here under caution and see how he's feeling?
Absolutely.
Sure.
He's the only one that bothered staying with his radio on. I think everyone else is a little mad. Hey, Kurt, this is Tommy in the booth. You got a read on me?
Sure, yes, I do.
It's all right, man. Navigate that corner.
Yeah, leave the man alone. He's in the corner right now.
You understand? You're like a guy. I'm like a bull in a china shop, right?
Oh, this is a tough track, right?
Yeah, can't push button. There we go. Yes.
This is the best car interview we've had yet.
Yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you, Kurt.
Yeah, push the button down on the control paddle and take all these corners. And people ask me if I can catch up behind me. Yes.
Kurt, I would go ahead and throw that caution one more time.
Yeah, we've been having a ton of fun watching you guys. Like, these cars are everywhere. Is it hard to adjust to all these right-hand turns after making so many lefts?
Oh yeah. Well, not only that, there is so many. We got people spread all over, and somebody never know how to do anything.
So, Kurt, how do you feel about all the landscaping you've done?
I missed a few spots. I'm gonna hopefully get them mowed here in the next half of the race.
Nice. Well, we appreciate you taking care of that for the Aussies down there.
Yeah, make sure you replace your divots and rake the pits, please.
I was gonna say I need to rake the sand traps for sure.
Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated.
Well, Kurt, we know it's a long one. I'm going to go ahead and let you get back to it, but good luck out there, man. It's going to be a long second half for you and everyone else.
You guys have a great night.
Thanks, buddy.
So one thing that's really interesting, sorry, Andy, like, they're not getting gridded back up. Like, the pace car is going at such a rate, like, they can't, like, fully close up.
I saw the pace car come out, and I was like, why aren't they doubling up? And I have no idea what in the holy heck is going on right now.
So is it not yellow? Is it just a, like, local yellow? Is it full track? Like, the pace car's right there. We just saw it.
It's Australian rules.
Yeah, I mean, Lottie's about to take the pace car out. The pace car just ducked in like, forget it, I'm out of here. You guys don't listen. You're not doubling up. I quit. I'm going home. I don't know what the heck is going on here.
I feel like this is what racing is like in Australia. Just, y'all get on the track. Okay, go.
Yeah, it was the pace car Like trying to race? That's what it looked like to me.
Honestly, it was keeping pace, and it was only one lap down.
As much as I talk about the outdated pace car model, that thing was on rails.
This isn't a very fast track by any stretch of the imagination, and that thing can just do 45 the whole time.
Well, it clearly handles better than these street stocks. I mean, it's got a distinct advantage over these guys, and it's its home track. So, I mean, that's helpful.
That's hilarious.
We got it somewhere along the lines. We had to pass for the lead. James is now out in front. Don't know how it happened.
Got a clue. I had noticed that as well, and I didn't even see it. I'm just watching guys race the pace car, and I literally saw Kevin go around the pace car once, and I was like, well, maybe he was told to pass it.
Lonnie was racing the pace car.
Yeah, I mean,
Every point.
yeah, I mean, he's fourth in points, and he's only 2 behind third, so that's a podium finish. And if the pace car is going to get in your way, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
And James is like driving away from Kevin.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I imagine though, as we watch the 7 go off into that sand trap over there, I cannot see Kevin not eventually catching up to James. I think he just needs a little cleaner track, and he's run he's probably run the cleanest race on this track. So as he starts digging into that, and then the 9 here is, he's doing a great job, but he's definitely gone off a little bit and dirt tracked it. So I imagine Kevin's going to catch him at some point.
Oh,
Watch the 7. I don't know who's in the 7, but the man is spectacular.
that is Gary Spratley. He lives life right on the edge.
Yeah, he pulled the e-brake on that one.
He really did. I mean, he is. I don't know what corner he hasn't gone off of yet. I mean, the fact that he hasn't driven off the bridge is a miracle.
And I should point out, we're not disrespecting the drivers. They are just not used to racing road courses, and it is a little funny to watch.
And a road course in these heavy boats too, on top of it.
Yep.
That too.
If I was out here, I'd be doing exactly what he just did, and I'd be 14 laps down by now, and pulling my hair out. But my hat's off to these guys, because they're sticking with it. That I know. Because we started with 9, we still have 9. So hats off to them for staying around.
I feel like this is what Escalades on the Nuremberg would look like.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
you just none of us know what the hell you're talking about, though.
The Nuremberg. Most
Escalades.
famous racetrack in Germany. Escalades are heavy SUVs.
Oh.
You
I got
uncultured
you now.
swine.
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
I don't think anybody did.
Adam, I was with you. Adam, I understood your joke there.
Oh, that wasn't Adam's joke. That was definitely not Adam.
That was a Tommy joke. Yeah.
Oh, that was a Tommy joke. Okay. It makes a little more sense, because that's a little off character for Adam. But I figured we don't even know what the hell's going on right now. So
Justin, how you feel about sitting in your first iRacing experience here?
It's really cool. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. All right, just making sure. I'm going to keep asking that.
we got to get Justin back to a asphalt circle track. That's like normal, because this isn't how it normally goes.
This is unusual.
But I mean,
I enjoy you guys talking about it. It's I wouldn't look at this and think it was anything different, because I have such little experience. So, like that they're going a different way and all that.
Well, Justin, we got to get you back when we do one of these, when we do like the actual figure eight, where they actually collide in the center, if you're not timing it correctly. Like, that would be the best show ever for you to watch.
Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah, man, I'll be back for that. Yeah,
that's basically a auto race that breaks out into a demolition derby that finishes as an auto race.
Everyone gets so mad they just start crashing into each other. And they're like, "Oh wait, we're supposed to win."
Yep. So that's it's a way to. I think iRacing adds that race at the end of the season, because it's a way to get out like 12 weeks of frustration at one time.
Yes. Yeah, you've been wrecked all for 12 weeks. Might as well just do it some more.
Yep. Yeah. So let's just finish this thing off and do it the right way. I mean, as we kind of kid around here, though, James and Kevin have tightened up. We're about almost 25 to go, 26 here. And these are basically the race for the lead. This is probably the tightest race on the track right now. And these two guys are battling it out. And I don't know how Kevin is not getting around. I don't know how James is staying on the track, to be honest with you. I mean, he's doing a great job. We saw him dirt tracking in one corner. He definitely has once he gets a little sideways, the car control, he's got it under control there.
Yeah, I've seen him smoking more tires than Kevin, for sure.
Yeah, Kevin gets around the track pretty clean. That's called the
barrier.
Oh, no.
Jinxed him.
Yep, that's called the broadcaster's jinx, and that is the second week in a row I've done that.
Well, you're fired. Where's Aaron Johnson? I can't wait to get that guy up here in the booth, man. I think he'll bring a lot to the show when he's able to fill in for you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm playing around. Apparently, my lap counter is not showing up on the broadcast.
We got 24 to go. Kevin took a.
We have a lifetime to go. It's
Yeah.
a lifetime.
When we were chatting earlier today, and I said, "Hey, make sure the laps are correct because we had a kind of a longer race last week," and they said, "Well, it's 80." Oh, okay, 80 it is, I guess. But no, these guys come out to race, so if you want 80 laps, take 80 laps, have fun, enjoy yourself. I mean, that's what this is for. This is our veterans race, so our active military and our retired veterans. This is a way to kind of just escape life a little bit. Stresses of life, which I'm sure we all kind of have these days, and just go out there, have some fun, race around with your friends, and have a good time. So hopefully that's what these guys are doing tonight.
They're definitely racing with their friends, but a good time is questionable.
Yeah. I think this
looks like a lot of work out there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a boat owner's two best days are when he buys it, when he sells it. Their two happiest moments are going to be when this race started and when it ended.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get to talk to a few of them at the end of the show. I know Kurt's the only one in the in-car waiting room, and hopefully Corey and Kevin are able to jump in and talk with us as well. I'd love to hear what their thoughts of 80 laps around this track's like.
Yeah, they're not going to get this part of their life back. That's probably what they're most concerned about. This time this isn't coming back, so we'll see.
Yeah,
right now,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, James is way out in front right now. He's floating anywhere between 8 to 9 seconds out in the lead, doing a really good job out there. Kevin is manhandling whatever he's got left with his car. After that crash, he did not pit, and he's just out there trying to make what he can out of it.
The funny thing is, his car didn't look like it took a lot of damage as he parked himself up on those tires.
Oh, if we see it again, look at the left front. It's all around the fender into the door. He's got some damage.
We'll have to take a look at that when that happens there. So, see if he can close it down. He's got 19 to go. He's on a pretty good. Oh boy, that left front is a mess, isn't it?
Yeah, and and again, you don't have a lot of camber in the setup with us. It's just such a flat, track. So if he's had any damage there, it's really going to change the handling of that car. Anything on the front tires with road course.
Yeah, it's like with most road course setups. I mean, it's a pretty neutral setup because we have obviously left and right hand turns, so you can't really set it up any particular way as far as cornering is concerned. So you got to get it as neutral as possible.
Oh, who's that sliding through the 10?
We had the 10. We've had the 13.
Look out!
A little overcorrecting.
Code.
Yeah, that was I don't think he did that on purpose.
No. Yeah, so as of right now, top two are the only ones on the lead lap, and Corey's in third, 3 laps down after just having another pit stop.
Yeah, Corey went into pit, maybe looking at how far in front he is. I don't know where he is in relation to the 4th place guy. He's also on that 3 lap down.
Number 3 and number 4 racing each other for the position.
Excellent. 3 and 4.
That would be the 89 and the
09, I think.
09.
The 09, yep. Well, I don't know if it's a... doesn't look like it's an iRacing thing. It looks like Kevin cut into that lead by about 2 seconds. I don't know if that's heading back up there.
He's cut into
that's coming right back down.
Yep.
16 to go, whether he's got enough to get there.
I know
really
James
coming down to
Krause
lap
is doing
cars.
good right now.
Yeah,
It's hard to say.
he's doing a great job with these corners. I mean, I'm sure he's looking at his relative, knowing he's got about a 4 or 5 second lead. So we'll see how that goes for him as we watch the 09 go around the 81 here.
And the big thing is to be the lap traffic, and I think that's what's getting James in trouble. He keeps running into cars, bad spots. He has to brake a little bit harder. Kevin's probably getting a little bit cleaner lines to those corners, just being a little further behind.
Well, 15 to go. James is out there in front, got about a 6 second lead, and that's Kevin right there behind him. So we'll see see if Kevin can pick up here, maybe make these last 4 or 5 laps interesting, though. But he, like you said, Adam, that left front damage is excessive.
Yeah, no, he got into those barriers pretty hard. He has to have some level of handling change inside the car. But again, he is still closing in that gap, so it's not taking him out of the race. But will he have enough time to get there?
Yeah, I'm not really going by the telemetry up there because that thing's bouncing around all over the place. So if he can get James in the front windshield there, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully he doesn't get excited, overdrive it, and all that hard work goes out the window.
And it's also hard for James, right? He's trying to get through these lap cars. He knows Kevin was really quick earlier in the race, and he doesn't want to get held up, but at the same time, he can't really push too hard and put himself in a bad spot. It's really a tough spot to be when you do have the fastest car, behind you.
Yeah, and Kevin is going to catch these two guys in a corner side by side, so this is going to slow him down as we see a green cone off there. Just took its first mission to Mars. So I don't know. I mean, Kevin's got some good clean track in front of him right now. I don't know where James is as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin overall. Kevin will pick up some time and then promptly lose it back and then pick it up again. But I think he's gaining about a half a second every 2 laps or so on average.
Yeah, it just keeps bouncing around. I don't know what that is going on there. I mean, it seemed like he was running pretty clean, so I don't know if he's going to catch up as it now bounces down to 3 seconds. So we'll see how that goes there. So as he passes the 81 of Kurt, who has hit everything but the lottery tonight.
Yeah, and the gap between James and Kevin is basically the straightaway. So right from here where Kevin's going to make this right-hand turn, the length of this upcoming straightaway is about how far out James is for track relative comparison.
So with a 10 to go, let me just step in here real quick. Corey Harrigas's wife has stated in the YouTube channel that she can hear Corey swearing in the basement.
Oh, I can imagine that. I really can.
Yeah. And Mrs. Corey, if you could find a cold adult beverage for Corey in about, say, 5 to 10 minutes, I bet Corey would appreciate that.
A lot.
Oh, yeah, a lot. And for the record, he has earned it.
He has had a rough race. He's had a pit twice.
Yeah, and with all that swearing and yelling, his throat's probably sore. So definitely could use a beverage.
I wish I could watch all the drivers' Twitch streams. Like I'm watching Kurt right now, twitch.tv/crazyvetfam, and he hasn't given up, but he's tired of working. He is just like lackadaisical, throwing it around the corners.
Yep. No,
He's
he's
not up on the wheel anymore. Give him
No.
a-
He's
No.
laid back. He is on the highway right now.
he is steering with his knees. We got eight to go here.
So it's getting close up front. Kevin
Kevin
Well,
can
right
steer
behind
now.
them. Yeah.
They are on the same straightaway with 7 to go here. So this could get interesting. Andy, I don't know if we can get our camera so that it focuses on the two of them or not. As we look at the 10 here, definitely would like to get James and Kevin in our picture here. No offense to anybody else, but yep. So right there, that's our distance. And yeah, I think this is going to get real interesting.
He could go all the way.
Tommy, did you finish all the beers?
No.
Oh.
All the beers
They're all upside down.
in all the land.
That was last night.
Yeah.
So right now,
Yep.
Kevin's there, and I would say in another lap, he's going to be within striking distance to put a move on James. James is just got to really protect that inside line on these corners.
Yep. You see him kind of sweep it out there so he can hit the apex on the inside, drive it off. I mean, that was a great corner for James there. Kevin puts his nose in there, and he got it chopped off a little bit.
Yeah, but the big thing right now, 3 lap cars coming up here through these tight left-hand corners.
It looked like he slowed up a little bit there. He was backing that corner up for sure. I don't know if he saw all the lap cars, but I don't know, maybe cooling off the tires. I don't know if that's a thing in iRacing or not, but
It is a thing.
Is it?
I don't know if you're going to be able to do enough while you're turning left and right as frequent as you are here to really get them cooled down, but you definitely notice it after a caution.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, I'm always very interested how iRacing does how they make this so real. People debate whether, what's the running joke, scuffing your tires on the warm-up laps, whether it works or doesn't work.
If you
Yeah, it
feel like
doesn't
it
work.
works, it does.
I don't know if it does or doesn't. To tell you the truth, as we watch Kevin come in here, he's a half a car length back, and James is using all the track.
Oh, he's got the inside.
Sailed it in. Yeah, but
Is
it's
it going to stick it?
Door to door
James
going
is-
over the bridge. Oh,
Can't
James
make
is
it
the
happen.
preferred line now. Going in through here. It's left-hand turns now, right? Like, that's the thing about this figure 8. Just because you have position on one side, when you get to the next corner, you're not going to have it.
Yep, 3 to go. I mean, that's classic road course racing right there, where you had the preferred line going into one corner, but not the next.
And James has got the preferred line again on the inside. It's going to be really hard for Kevin to make that move on the outside. There's just no banking to rely on.
He's got to be patient, and there might not be enough time left for patience.
Nope.
It's called the
2 laps.
bumper.
Yep.
There's no
2 laps
need
to
for
go. It's time for the chrome horn.
At this track, with everything going on, you could easily misjudge a corner.
With all the hilarity that has ensued, I'm glad we're down to a nice, tight battle for the end of the race.
Yeah, it's good that these two guys kind of tightened it up, and Kevin definitely made a race of it. I'm impressed that guy was up on the tires 20 laps ago, and now he's trying to race for the lead here.
Talent.
Absolutely, yeah, he's definitely a great race car driver.
Yeah, we're here. 1 to go. James is in the lead. Kevin is right there. Will he be able to get to him, make the pass? Will he use the bumper? We're going to find out.
Yeah, and knowing the guy behind me is 3 laps behind, I might overdrive a corner knowing I got second.
And there it is.
Gave him
There's
the
the
bumper.
contact.
Oh!
Oh, he let him
Oh,
correct
no,
it.
he let him have
Way
that.
too nice. Way too
That
nice.
was the nicest thing I've ever seen in auto racing.
You say way too nice. I feel like he made a mistake and was like, "Nope, that was my mistake. Let's race."
Oh, and he still got him. James overdrove on the last corner.
Oh,
my
goodness. Kevin's going to take the win.
Oh my goodness, that was a heck of a finish there.
I think experience won that. That was a gentleman's move. He didn't mean to get into him. Got him a little sideways. Said, "You know what? Let's go back to racing." And then the other guy made a mistake. Kevin took advantage and made it happen.
Yep.
Oh
and,
yeah, kudos to Kevin. He did
Yep.
everything that was right. Yes, I'm saying bumpers and all that. It's not the way I'd race, but it's the way I want to watch the race unfold.
Yeah, I was real impressed with Kevin, and I have to agree with you guys. He probably went a little.
Oh! What do we got going on?
Does the 13 know the race is over?
Is the race over?
It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
The telemetry said 1 lap to green.
No, it's over.
I saw the 89 bump in his bumper, and I didn't know what to think of that. Then all of a sudden, that 13 just hammered him.
I'm looking at Kurt's in-car camera, and he is like in a cornfield. he has turned iRacing into farm sim.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Well, there he is.
He's back on the track, but he's going the wrong direction.
Yeah, his spotter's talking to him about, hey, you got some heavy smoke there in the rear.
Mind the track limits.
Turn it into a modified in the front there. That's good. But yeah, I think Kevin did a great job. He got a little deep in that corner and, maybe said, hey, my bad. I'm going to give that spot back to you and we'll race it out. And James just overdrove it. He overdrove the last corner. He had it right in his hand and just overdrove that corner. But, he probably knew, hey, if I don't go hot in this corner, he might. So we'll see how that goes as Kurt is, I don't know what the heck he's doing. Like,
So
the car's ready to blow up. He's driving backwards.
He's looking for Andy. He's looking for Andy. There's always the demolition derby afterwards. It's just no one here wants to play anymore. They all want to leave.
Yeah, they're like 80 laps to this BS. I am out of here. Like, I've never seen the guys leave the race so fast in my entire life. He's literally the only guy out there right now.
Where's he going?
So, as soon as the race ended, Gier and Harrigus immediately turned on their in-car radio.
Let's get some guys in here and talk.
You want to what?
Let's get
Race winner first.
Let's bring them all in and just talk it out. Like let's bring them all in.
yeah.
Okay, radio silence. This is a process on the audio side. I'm going to bring each in. I'm going to unmute each of them. Say, hey guys, how you doing? And then y'all take it from there. You ready?
Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, right? And then unmute. And then unmute. And then... Hey, everybody. This is Tommy in the booth. Can you read me?
Gotcha.
I got you.
Perfect. We're glad you guys are all here. We didn't want to do this one at a time. You guys have all been all over the racetrack. You've redone the landscaping many times over. Tell us what this race was all about for you guys.
Let's start with Gier.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did a lot of practicing, so I was able to kind of keep up, I guess, and stay out of the grass for the most part. I did mess up mid-race, and hit the barriers there, put me way behind. I was lucky to catch back up.
Yeah, hell of a job catching back up. Pardon my language to the people listening on YouTube. But yeah, man, you really drove the wheels off that thing to catch Kraus. I bet Kraus was very excited to be running up front, but ultimately when you bumped into him and with the gentleman's call of letting him have the lead and going back to racing, he made the mistake and you were the one that took the opportunity.
Yeah, I didn't want to, wreck him and try to win like that. Had a couple of close calls, maybe the lap before that, and I just really don't want to, cause something like that to happen. So I figured I'd let him go. There was nobody else racing us, so I figured I'd let him go, and we just got to the next corner, and he went a little deep in there, I think.
Yeah, very big of you, and it was your race to win because the mistake was on the guy that you passed. Let's go to Harrigus. Sorry, Corey. How was it for you on your end? I noticed that you and Gier have teamed up here at the last 2 races.
This was actually a lot of fun. I got unfortunately tangled up with something in the beginning, and for some reason it didn't give me my lap back initially or put fuel in my car, so I kind of had to pit again when I shouldn't have needed to, but it was a lot of fun. Going all the way back to like 9th and then work my way back up to 3rd was just a blast.
Corey, your wife had made a mention in the watching this that a lot of obscenities were coming from the direction of the basement.
Please don't say those words on the air. The FCC,
Yeah.
we don't want them anywhere near us.
I encouraged her to bring you a frosty cold beverage after this race, and I told her that you earned it. So hopefully she'll come through with that for you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't talk like that.
No, none of us do.
Neither do we. So,
I apologize to her later, I guess.
No, we said it was okay. It was well earned. So we'll write you a note.
hey, Kurt, you ready for a chubby bunny? That's probably not the worst thing that's happened to you today.
No, hell, eating some marshmallows while driving is the least of my worries or problems.
How were you doing out there? You were one of the guys. The top three did okay. Everyone passed the top three. You guys were all over the place. How difficult was that to drive?
I don't know what you're talking about. I finished in the top 10.
Everybody finished in the top 10.
That is correct. No, I mean the man is
Chief said, my crew chief said, good job. You finished in the top 10.
yeah.
Well, your crew chief, man, God bless him.
So was after the race, we saw you driving the wrong direction on the track, and then it looked like you attempted to jump off the bridge. Was there meaning behind that?
I successfully got the viaduct. Yes. I wanted to see if there was a shortcut to catch up with these fast people.
You may want to opt into that a little earlier in the race.
I thought them were like the extra circles that have the cones. I thought them were like on ramps to get, to like go around people.
The cones absolutely meant nothing to any of you.
This is what happens when you put oval people on road courses. They're like, where's the exit? Where's the entrance?
I thought they were like pit exits. I thought that's the speed shop to the pit exit or something. I was like trying to figure this out.
Yep.
He's over there looking for a turn signal to merge.
Green cones, blue cones. What do these orange cones mean?
Yeah, I was lost. I'm like, wait a second. There's orange ones out here. I know what the blue one and the green one mean.
Excellent. Well, it was definitely entertaining to watch all you guys race tonight, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and had some fun.
Yeah, where do you guys go next week? What track are you at?
I'd have to check. I have to check to be honest, but I am confused about the practice. I thought these were like field exercises, like we just come out and do them. Nobody said we were supposed to come practice first. I thought this was like military training. You just load up and go do it, like see how it plays out.
Well,
Yeah,
only
we're
two guys practiced, and they did very well.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm cheating or something. No. Hey, while I got a chance, I want to thank you guys, for putting this on, broadcasting it. All these veterans coming out having a good time. We really appreciate Tyler Daniels Racing for doing this for us. And really, I want to, just thank everybody. Really appreciate the effort that goes into this.
Well, thank you for your service, sir. This is why we do that, because you guys put in the time, put in the effort, put your lives on the line for our ability to even sit here and do this. So really the thank you goes to you guys.
Man, that one's dirty dishwater. That's nasty.
Someone fed him a bean.
Oh no, not again.
And spoiled milk. Oh, gross.
Kevin, I have to tell you, it's an absolute pleasure calling this race, and I appreciate it. Being part of this as well. It's great group of guys. You could tell it was a road course. We only got 90 that came out, and usually we got double that, if not a little bit more. So, you were the 9 brave souls that tried to conquer this track today, and I think you guys did a pretty damn good job.
Hey, I say we do some more of these.
Let's not get crazy.
I have one quick question. Is anybody still in their game right now? I want to know the incident count. Like, who had the most?
I am currently in there right now. Hang on one second.
Yeah,
I got to know this. There's got to be somebody at the
we have 2 people with 43.
That's it?
That's it?
Yeah, 2 people with 43, and that would be Kurt and Gary.
Good job, Kurt. You won something.
What do I win? Wait. That puts me like in tie for first place then.
That's 5 beans. That's what you get.
That's 5 beans.
You win 5 beans, Kurt. Munch away. All 5 at the same time. It'll be dirty dishwasher, boogers, like cinnamon.
Dog poop.
Yeah. And then one of them is like
is
toasted
the barf
marshmallow.
one. The barf one is the worst.
Yeah.
You know, the worst job on the planet must be picking those bean flavors. Like, who has to taste it? Be like, yep, that one's dirty dishwasher.
Yeah. Like, this does smell like a sweat sock. I mean, this tastes delicious.
So, in order to feed Kurt beans or marshmallows or whatever, you have
So
to.
to be honest, I think
watch
it's
his
a quality
stream and
control
accumulate
failure
points.
job.
And people are spending their points to feed him right now. So
That
let's
was a
see.
bunch of rotten fish.
Oh my god!
Goodness.
The last race this season, for those of you that didn't watch, we were actually feeding him this stuff during the whole race.
Oh, I remember. That was great.
I gotta check this out at some point. So feel free to send me a link to whatever disaster you got going on over there.
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/crazyvetfam. He often co-streams with his wife, Crazy Vet Wife. They're a pleasure to watch. He goes live every day. I don't recall what time. I think it's like 9 or 10 in the morning.
10:30 Eastern.
Yeah, he does some farming. So just like tonight, he'll spend a bunch of time on dirt.
You cultivated a lot of you cultivated a lot of fields today.
I think we all spent some time on dirt today.
Yeah, who was it that got into the dirt and drove that thing like it was a dirt car?
That was James.
He
dirt tracked it right through the corner and just kept on trucking.
That was amazing. There was some car control out there tonight, maybe from the top 3.
Oh, absolutely.
Good. Oh, so for you drivers in the booth, we actually had a special guest tonight who's not a huge auto sports fan, but does a really cool stream on it's facebook.com/Justin the person. The stream's called It's Thursday. Really good talk show. How do you feel about what you saw tonight, Justin?
He left you.
He's asleep.
No, I'm sorry. I had my headphones put wrong.
He's not a talkative talk show host.
But what do you think now that you've actually seen the racing, seen like the broadcast thing we do here? What do you think about it?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, like you said, I'm a noob, so I've watched probably 2 NASCAR races my whole life, and none of these except Andy's videos on YouTube that showcase what's been going on. But yeah, it's fun. I'm listening to you guys complain about this track, and I'm just looking at it like, wow. Like I don't know. Like I guess it's a tougher one than usual for you guys, huh?
Yeah, definitely tougher. Turning left, turning right is difficult.
Australian rules.
Yeah.
Yep.
I loved it, man. It was something different. It was a blast.
Even the toilet spins the other way down there.
That's what I hear.
Yep. I've never been there. That's what I hear.
I heard Corey was pro road course, so I think he just voted for the Roval for next season.
Hey, I'm game. But I tell you what, it doesn't matter where I go. Somebody always spins in front of me.
Me too.
You're behind. You must be behind. You must be behind Kurt a lot.
I passed him once or twice.
We can tell you.
I heard him choking on something.
I was practicing I was stopping so much 'cause I had DoorDash deliveries.
Oh my god! Oh man! I can't believe we still have 10 viewers. The end of this broadcast is just spiraled.
What are you 10 people thinking?
No,
they're enjoying themselves.
I think they like
probably
this.
my wife waiting. It's probably my wife waiting for me to say something really bad.
This is all these people. They hang around for the post race because it's probably the best part of the show. They get to watch their husbands crash all over the place, laugh at them, and then they come back and laugh at us, laughing at them.
Right.
We're just glad that they're not on the broadcast too.
All of our viewers are wives of drivers.
You just gave us a thought. We need to get the wives into the Discord.
I was in another league that had the wives driving.
That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do.
Yes.
No, Powder Puff Racing sounds fun, but for one event, we should have a Powder Puff booth and just let the women call the race.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, my husband's sliding again. He never does anything.
My wife would be like, well, there's my uncle beating my husband again.
There's my husband way out in left field, like always.
Yeah, so Corey and Kevin, one of you is like the step uncle to the other. I saw in the chat earlier.
Yeah, Corey's wife is my niece, and
Okay.
so I guess we're like in-law, maybe. I don't know. We're friends, really, so that works out.
Half legal friends.
There it is.
That sounds like a very nice way to say prostitution.
It's mutual for now.
For now.
For now.
Day ain't over yet.
So
I ain't wrecked them yet.
I have to say one thing, because if my wife hears this, she's going to shut it down unless we correct it. She is the, just so you know, she's the no fun police. Okay, she's a vice president. Vice president of human resources.
Hush your mouth. She's the apple of your eye. You're saying the wrong thing.
But you guys said powder puff.
Oh.
And I mentioned powder puff to her, doing a powder puff race, and she went off on me for calling it a powder puff race.
She's our age. She doesn't remember powder puff games from high school. Like,
she doesn't
maybe it's
care.
a little sexist. But
she goes, why does it have to be like powder
female competition?
Yeah.
My name is Paul, and it's between you all.
Yeah, so she's
2016.
Everybody's on their own on this one.
Yeah. So I see it. Marty brought it up on the chat too. He says, "Yes, powder puff racing." She's gonna kill
Wonder
us
if my
all.
wife is still watching.
Significant other race event. Done. We're moving on.
None of us will have wives next weekend, so we're good.
Waiting for my wife to start hitting me on the back of the head here.
So
I thought you guys were talking about Powerpuff Girls. Like, I didn't hear Powder Puff. I heard Powerpuff. So that's cool too. I used to watch that show
with the big old bug
I'm
eyes.
judging slightly.
Yeah, Marty on YouTube says his wife already shot the idea down.
It's because you call it. You can't call it lipstick racing. You just have to say.
Tommy, did you read my chat? There's a suggestion in mine.
The last thing I saw in your chat was kissing cousins. Must be related to your farm sim.
Crazy Vet Wife suggested a what you could call it.
I'm looking. You seen a crop and had to check out. Powder puff. Fine bashing? Wait. We find out who the gentleman caller is. Thanks to everyone.
No, you just need to read the whole thing unless it's edited out. Call it fine bashing. Yeah,
Allison said she doesn't know how to drive a manual, but you can set it up so that you don't have to shift.
Yeah.
If that's your biggest problem, we fixed it.
That is more sexist than calling it powder puff.
Well, she said it. She said it, not me.
Let's call it powder puff and give the manual transmissions.
Yeah, she's always saying that she doesn't know how to drive a manual. She'll be all right.
Can you count to 4? You got a leg?
Do one of them enduro races. Do enduro demo derby races for them. That'd be awesome.
I think what we ought to do
a banger event for the ladies.
We could have the vets 1 week. The wives get in their cars, and it's a point race.
Ooh.
I'm game.
Boom.
Ooh. You want to shake up points.
Well, now I'm thinking on it.
What if it's a vet who's not married? Did they use their kid or?
Yeah, the dog, whatever.
Did you get the dog?
Hey, I gotta go.
Dog.
My wife's
Uber
like,
driver.
yeah,
Just get an Uber
my dog's
driver.
really good.
I gotta get my wife practicing. I'll be right back.
Yeah. With that said, gentlemen, I'm going to be ducking out as well. So great time as always. Adam, thank you so much for your help. Andy.
Thanks,
Tom,
like always. Thank you very much.
A pleasure.
Justin, look forward to talking to you again. It was a pleasure talking with you. I'll have to check into.
I'd love to.
Check into. It's Thursday, no matter what day it is, apparently. So we'll figure that out later.
He's got shirts for that.
I'll take a It's Thursday shirt and wear it every Monday.
No, I wear it Mondays.
All right, fair enough. I don't want any trouble.
He's hulking.
Yeah. He's a large individual who is concerned about following people around the mall.
You don't want me in the same aisle as you at Target.
Yeah.
Look like I'm up to something.
He might be trying to steal my brushed frames. They're on sale.
You guys have a great evening. Thank you again so much for a good night.
You too.
Adam. Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a good
guys.
For Sean.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys too. I'm gonna go from there. Alrighty, you guys have an awesome night.
You too, Kurt. Take care, buddy.
Yeah, have a good one.
Well, Andy, I think it's about time we turn off the red light and go to bed.
Yeah, I think we had some fun tonight. Great race by those guys up front, and the other guys, they didn't give up. They stuck with it, and they raced their races, tried to figure it out, and I think overall everybody did a great job tonight.
Absolutely, and I think this is a lot about veterans too. How many races have we had where guys who have bad days, they quit 20 laps to go, right? Every veteran that entered this race finished this race. They accomplished the mission, as hilarious as it may have been in this instance.
Yeah, and that's big, right? Like, you're right. How many times do we see in just TDR races one of the guys that goes out there and has to win every week or whatever has a bad race and quits?
Yeah, it happens all the time, and we don't see that in the vet races. Anyone that signs up typically finishes.
Yes. So this is a lot of fun. I appreciate Justin sticking around and having a good time. Hope we made you laugh there, bud. And you're definitely
man, I
welcome.
appreciate you having me. I do this again.
Definitely welcome back to the booth.
I have Discord working.
Yes.
Yeah, again,
Yeah,
guys.
sorry, I seem like I'm an 80-year-old. I usually figure this stuff out, but I don't know, man. It was really fighting me tonight, but I'm glad I got here.
It's all good. We got you in. You got to see a little bit of what we do after we've seen a little bit of what you do. Again, before we kill the red light on the broadcast, Facebook.com/JustinThePerson for the It's Thursday, I guess, podcast. Do you call it a podcast or a video?
I guess so. And I mean, alternatively, you can. I have a YouTube channel, how it started, and that's YouTube. You can just go to YouTube and search channels for It's Thursday Show.
There you go.
Technically, it's a show, but YouTube's a lot different than what you might have seen on Facebook. So, I've produced 41 episodes of that style.
Yeah, well, go check out what he does. It's not always as family friendly as what we do here on TDR, but a couple bad. What's a couple bad words between friends?
I say I keep a PG-13 personally. So
Justin does until he lets me on there and then just goes all to
Or if somebody talks about something I don't like Billy Joel or something.
Just like my races, Andy ruins his show too.
Well, guys,
shout out to our sponsors: B&B Wraps, Makoni Setup Shop, Pudjanowski, one of the best streamers we have out there promoting some of our stuff. Did I miss anybody? Tyler Daniels Racing, the whole group that puts on this veteran league, and then our new efforts, BACC Charities, to raise money and give back to other gaming communities outside of iRacing. They do have a GoFundMe going right now to raise some starting capital, so y'all go check them out. I think I covered everything on the sponsor obligation, so I'll throw it back to Andy.
All right, appreciate that, Tommy, and I believe big thanks to Adam again, to Adam and Sean for a great call on the race tonight. It could be a little bit tough on these road races. Can't really find the action and gets a little spread out, but we had an awesome finish. Adam, thanks again for everything that you do for TDR.
Yeah, absolutely. Big fun up here in the booth. This was a good event for us.
All right, guys. Well, and that's about all we got for tonight. We'll wrap this thing up, and as always, as we say on Back Sports, we'll see you soon.
And we're not live.